Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, this morning, whatever time zone it is to you. This is our finale of season 2 of our One Piece SAGAS game. We are so excited because this might be the last time we see our Lavender Scale pirates. They have been on such an amazing journey. 8 episodes where we've gone from level 3 all the way up to level 10 in Sagas. Is that correct? It's kind of a lot. So before we jump into this BBEG fight, my name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I play King Coralie, past King of the Snakes, present potentially dead person, maybe King of the Pirates, who knows. They also use they, them, and any and all pronouns. I'm going to popcorn things over to Julie.
Hello, everybody. I am Julie Julian, or Julie CL, and I am playing Esmer, the possessor of the bug fruit model grasshopper, something that they are famously known for. We're going to win, and we're all going to live, and it's going to be great. Let's pass it over to Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan Pixel, Pyxel, they, them, theirs, and I am portraying Ash Carter, formerly a lieutenant of the Navy, and she, her. And you know what? You're right. Esmer's right. We're gonna live. We're gonna live. And I'm gonna pass it over to Angie.
Famous words said by Nico Robin. Also, hi everyone, I'm Angie. They, them pronouns. I play Zelio Costas. They, them pronouns as well. And actually, I've got a joke for you all. What is a pirate's favorite letter? You think it's the R, but it's the C. Exactly where Zelio is going. Deep into the depths of the ocean. And that's me. I'm popcorning over to Briar.
Hello, my name is Briar. They, them pronouns, if you would. I am playing, oh my god, how did I forget?
Leandre.
I'm playing Leandre Spike. Ex-Navy, whatever you call it. I really don't know what his position was during the Navy. He was just like the guy that was there, personality hire for the Navy. And now fledgling pirate? Hell yeah. Also they, their pronouns for the fellow. Who has not gone? Lou, have you gone? No?
I have not.
Okay, then go to you.
I'm Lou. I play Ink Ray. You're napping. He's napping. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna live. Jake's turn.
Hey, I'm Jake, he, him, and I'm playing Nemo Treasure, also he, him. And yeah, the fishermen have just been hanging out on the boat. Sure, our friends are A-okay. We shouldn't be concerned that they're 10 zones away from us. No shenanigans were had. And I'll popcorn over to Dennis.
You sure? You sure want to do that?
Why would you do that?
Before Dennis introduces himself, nothing makes me feel more sure that things aren't fine than when person after person after person says, yeah, we're gonna live, things are gonna be fine.
It's gonna be so good.
Because they are.
Notice how I didn't say that because I'm so confident that I don't even need to speak it or reaffirm it.
Yeah, and notice how I said that I'm just gonna go to the depths of the ocean, so.
Yeah, there's no major complication with a bunch of you jumping into the sea.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I am going to be helping the wonderful people on screen tell this story by fulfilling the role of GM for them one last time. It has been a wild ride, and it will continue to be so. I promise. So, let's dive in.
I've got to go. It's over. See you later. Thanks for playing. It's been real.
Every captain defeated by the Lavender Scale Pirates has been cast into the ocean, down to its darkest depths. What would happen if the depths sent something back? The treasures hidden in the deep are not meant to see the light of day, for the sea is dark and full of terrors. The Lavender Scale Pirates were visiting the bridge town of Pont, buying parts which they would hope to repair their ship with. The short, bald, bespectacled sphere of a man, Spriffin Gibblethorpe, joined the party to help repair their ship. But something was giving chase. Zelio saw a tall, thin man in a suit and hat towering above the crowd. Nobody else seemed to take notice, but Zelio grew cold. It was not long after that that you all realized the suit pirates were after you. To escape, you knocked down part of this bridge and rode the supply cart down the hill. You got to the beach, quickly loaded the boat, and began rowing. The tall man appeared once more on the shoreline, this time not just witnessed by Zelio. Rowboat is halfway back to the ship when Zelio stands. The boat rocks as they take a step toward the edge under the gaze of this strange, tall figure. They make every indication that they intend to dive into the cold blue sea. Esmer is still rowing, but everyone else on board this rowboat has a moment to react.
Coralie,
Ash.
in that moment, would reach out a hand to, like, grab Zelio's hand and say, "Friend, what are you doing there? You can't swim, you silly little goose."
Celia doesn't respond,
As-
and they take a step out of the boat.
Would I be able to roll, like, a reaction to see if I can grasp a hold of Zelio's hand?
Oh, you're already holding Zelio's hand. This is a roll to maintain hold of it.
Can I contest
Sure do
the
have
roll?
sure-footedness right now, which would be needed to hold on to those hands.
Mm-hmm. It's too bad you didn't grab Zelio with your feet. This will be a contested roll.
Let's see. It's just a D10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I should know this already. Oh shit, it went over the edge.
I was first,
Oh.
so I get to keep a hold, right? Captain's orders. Who's Zelio
Players
deny me?
win ties. Players win ties, but both of you are players. Roll again. Both of you roll a d10.
Damn.
God! Okay, I'm gonna use my pretty purple die. Don't let me down.
Actually, can I... Would this be an attack against me? To try and keep me?
No.
No.
Coralie
No.
would never. How
Okay.
dare you even suggest that?
I'm just like, would it be
Wow.
considered an attack because I'm trying to deflect it?
Zelio's hand slips out of yours, and everyone hears a sploosh as they fall into the waves. And we cut back to the ship. Inkray and Nemo, you both happen to be on the deck of the ship at this point. What are the two of you doing?
I see Zelio go into the water?
As you're on the deck of the ship, you chance a glance back towards the land, and you can see their boat rowing back, and a single figure standing on the beach, not waving them goodbye. And you see Zelio go into the water. Nemo, you see this as well.
Is Elio supposed to do that?
Zelio can't do that. I jump into the water.
Jump after.
Do you follow him, Nemo?
Yeah, I'm jumping over.
I'm just gonna try and swim as fast as I can down.
I don't think.
Both of you make checks to swim as quickly as you can to the rowboat.
Question. I have a question. Can Inkray swim if he's got a devil fruit?
I don't have a devil fruit.
Oh, you're literally just a
I'm
lawyer.
literally
He's just a damn good lawyer.
Wow.
No contract.
Amazing.
Studied and put in the work.
I mean, as a person that works with attorneys, I mean, I thought they all had devil fruits, so. Do we need to roll something specific for that? I'm forgetting.
If you have something that'll help you swim faster, then it would apply to this check.
Okay, I've got webbed hands. Would that change anything?
Depends. I think webbed hands allows you a normal movement speed, but this is a check to go beyond that.
Okay.
Even further beyond.
An 8 is probably not gonna.
Got a 6?
8 and a 6. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, but we cut back to the rowboat.
Both just had a really
The-
big deal.
The second that Zelio goes overboard, Ash takes the pistol out of her belt, puts it into Leandre's hands, because Leandre is the least likely to misuse it, and is over the side after them.
Oh my.
Zelio has not sunk far. Make a check to grab hold.
Okay. It's a 10. Yeah, 10. Okay, let's go Snakeskian dice.
Do I have to? Can I fight this also?
Why are you being a brat?
You can.
Like, let the sea take me.
So sorry. Jess's tone. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. The most parent-coded tone. It's like, why are you being a brat? Oh my god. Jess, is not fair if I let Ash do it and not Coralie. This is for fairness.
So what? You have a devil fruit, right?
Me?
Yeah. I forget. Is Zelio a devil fruit user?
No, baby, I'm just hot.
It's just our zones.
Okay. All right.
It's literally just me and Coralie.
Amazing.
I
Okay.
really just assumed that Zelio doesn't know how to swim. Not that they, don't have a devil fruit. Just that they don't know how to swim.
Oh, but there's
I
no
thought-
trait for that, right?
I'm gonna be really honest with you, Dennis. I thought what this would do is make people sink the way that devil fruit users would sink.
Don't give him that.
This isn't that bad. Like, that's awful. That's
Yeah.
like full on just like a rock straight to the bottom. This is more of you want to go that direction.
Yeah.
There's something down there that you need to be there for.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm going to say that with a 1, you feel a hand grasp around your
Oh, it was a
ankle.
1? Oh yeah, no.
A crit?
I got a
Absolutely not. Hey, I'm gonna start like I'm ex-Navy. I know how to swim. I'm swimming my way back to the surface, and I am dragging this angry human back up to the top with me.
And as you do, Zelio's head breaks the surface, and as it does, Zelio, you come back to your senses. And the severity of your call to the deep wound reduces to 1.
Oh,
What the hell were you thinking?
I don't know. I needed to get to the water. I needed to get into the water. I just needed to get into the. Why did I need to get into the water?
Middle of the sea?
That's the thing. That man. It was that man.
It's cold. In your head, it got cold and quiet.
Cold and quiet. Yes.
Yeah.
What man? What are you talking about?
We are helping them out of the water, by the way.
Yeah.
They're
Just
on
like
the
coughing, like.
boat.
Esmer has stopped rowing to think about this. Zelio's famously not known for making bad decisions. Something's weird.
Is this a chance now that we've like talked about it for the Navy people to think more on Benjamin Hornigold and this feeling? Can we conjure?
Yes. Navy people can go ahead and make a check to recall who Benjamin Hornigold is or was. And at this point, Inkray and Nemo surface on either side of the rowboat.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a 1.
Woo! We found out what Leandre's job was.
Information
So what
gathering.
his job was.
His job has always
He was
been
severed.
liaising
was
with
his-
pirates.
He was his first mate the whole time.
I can't believe Leandre was just a pirate, like, fanboy.
And as the fishermen surface to hear this explanation, Leandre, you recall who Benjamin Hornigold is. You've come across his name once in your time as a desk clerk for the Navy. And it was in files that you weren't supposed to be looking at.
Yeah, of course.
Tons of red tape. A big old classified stamp on it. Benjamin Hornigold is the 8th warlord of the sea. He was a human who ate a devil fruit of unknown origin. The reason they have been researching him, and the reason that the Navy wanted to get him on their side so badly, is because he's the only known devil fruit user who can swim.
Boo, OP. We should probably start paddling. And explain that as also reaching for the paddle actively, because Leandre thinks that he's probably swimming towards them right now. He's like, let's
Ash is gonna look back at the shore at this information.
don't look
Oh,
back.
fuck. I said it.
No.
I said it. I forgot.
No.
Is he on the shore?
You look back at the shore,
Oh, you goof.
and as you do, you realize he's gone.
Oh.
And somehow that's worse.
I'm gonna gesture to Nemo where he's gonna take the side of the boat and just start kicking and pushing the boat back.
Yep, same.
Like,
Oh,
like
hell
mechanized
yeah.
propellers.
I'm also. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're.
I'm also gonna, like, just be ready to grab onto Coralie, and if it comes down, we are jumping and flying to the deck of the ship. Because we are the ones who absolutely cannot swim.
Ash is gonna ask for Ayame back from Leandre.
Yeah.
She's gonna like tuck it back into her belt, and she's gonna go over to Zelio. She's like, "You all right?"
My makeup is all ruined. Oh, my hair.
You scared the hell out of me.
Me too.
I'm sorry, Captain. I didn't mean to kick you off like that.
You weren't yourself, friend. It's okay. But from what I'm gathering, anytime we look at him, we're gonna do that. So I'm kind of useless. And, Ish, I would never say that you're useless, friend, but you do require looking at targets as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... Oh, that's your accent. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I haven't figured it out yet, but...
And, on top of that, he can swim. Oh.
We might be a little bit out of our depths. Let's keep going to the boat.
I just want everyone to remember that, we've done it before, and I'm sure we'll have to do it again. It is okay to slither away if we find ourselves up against another pirate, another person who is a little bit out of our league. So, I'd rather slither away with all of us than walk into the ocean.
Grasshoppers are famously known for their sound judgment. I support you, Captain.
And I think that
The
Coralie will
boat-
even just like look at every person and like make like good, long, prolonged eye contact with them to like really dig in that they don't want to lose any of the crew. Kevin, I don't even know where he is. The other guy that we have on this little boat,
Spliff.
Spliff, you know,
Yeah. I'm not really sure what's happening.
are you a good swimmer, friend?
No, I stay away from the water at all costs.
He looks like he could float.
Do you think you'd like to be in the middle of battle?
Oh no, that sounds very dangerous.
And then Coralie's just going to pick him up and throw him into the water towards the shore.
What?
This is for your own good.
Coralie, I think
can't swim.
He said he doesn't like to swim.
I think we also needed him to fix the ship.
We'll come back for him.
So
Spliff is
Y'all, his name is
falls into
Spreff.
the
I'm
water.
gaslighting y'all. His name is Y'all just went with it. I was making a joke. That man is not named Spliff.
He answered to it,
He
though.
called him by his
no,
real
it
name.
is now.
I'm deleting that R and replacing it with an L. It's official. Spliffin Gibblethorpe has been thrown into the water,
Crazy.
and you can see him bobbing in the waves like a beach ball, slowly moving back to shore. He does indeed float.
He does float.
Wow, I can't believe you were right about that.
It's like a buoy.
Corley's going to stand very proudly, give a thumbs up, and say, "You made it, Spliff! Spreff!" Good for you.
Today we killed the man.
The boat makes it back to the ship, and you all look up and you can hear a voice from above. Hey guys! Hey guys!
Kevin?
I've
anyone
never
there?
been happier to see you. Oh my god.
Kevin leans over the deck, sun shining across his very bald head. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you're back. These guys have been asking for you.
Oh,
Kevin, do you know how to swim?
I don't know. I haven't. Well,
Get the fuck off my
I
boat.
took lessons when I was a kid. Right. But what about the? And
This is for your own
There's
safety.
a-
Get off the boat.
boom of large, hefty pot being placed on the railing. And you see two men in suits on either side of it tilt it and dump the whole thing into the sea.
Not the chili.
What?
How fucking dare
Why'd you do that?
two...
No! No! That's my chili! Oh, okay, Captain! I don't know what to do anymore!
Kevin, these men are incredibly mean.
below!
Get out of here. Save yourself.
And
Poor episode
Kevin
payoff.
jumps off of the railing and with a full-on stiff like a board, feet first, into the waves. He surfaces quickly thereafter. Oh, it looks like I remember how to swim.
He's like actually the fastest swimmer. He's just speeding down the ocean.
Let's see if I think I remember the backstroke. And he floats on his back, shirt-soaked belly pointing towards the sky, and starts
So majestic.
making very slow headway to the beach. And you look back up, and you can see several people there, all in pressed white and black suits, staring down at you from above.
Dennis, I have a question for you. Say that a character wanted to, like, get the attention of, I don't know, Inkray and Nemo, the two strongest characters on this ship, and as they're throwing this man's chili aboard, like, motion for them to push the guys off the ship. Would that be a thing that would be appropriate at this time?
Unfortunately, no, because Inkray and Nemo are in the water next to you.
We're not all on the ship when this is happening?
No, you're still at the base.
In the rowboat.
You have not climbed up the rope on the side yet.
Okay.
Could Nemo and Inkray start grabbing crewmates and just dolphin out of the water onto the ship?
I don't know if I'm there.
Let's go, Leandre.
I think I'm okay.
As you grab Leandre, you feel chill down your spine as another figure appears
Uh-oh.
at the top of the boat. This one 2 to 3 times the height of any of the others.
Oh, he's fast in the water.
The figure removes his hat. You can see an old man with a thin, gaunt face looking down. And as you look at him, those of you that have looked at him before notice that you don't feel the same chill, the same call from the ocean that you did last time. His limbs are double elbowed as he holds his hat to his chest. Well, if it isn't the Lavender Scale pirates, if you promise to behave, maybe I'll allow you to come aboard this lovely ship you've left us.
Well, if it
And we can
isn't
discuss terms.
Mr. Horny for Gold, Man of the Sea. What are you doing up there on that ship? You don't look good up there.
I'm used to looking down on other pirates.
It's because it's so fucking tall. Here's the weather up there. Any birds been pooping lately? They're trying their best to be witty, but they do feel pretty uncomfortable. Like, it's like, what, 20 to 30 feet below? This is not great.
Something like that.
What's the status on Nemo and Inkray dolphining people up? Who's with us and who's up there?
My question.
They haven't started yet. Nemo has hold of Leandre.
You had a question?
Are we gonna try and negotiate, or are we just gonna straight throw hands? What's happening?
We might be in one of those scenarios where discretion is the better part of valor. They do have the high ground on us. And a lot of water around us.
Coralie puts up a finger to Hornigold and then does one of their classic huddles with the team. All right, everybody. I say we say that we're going to be good, and then when it's time, our grasshopper friend here will yell out one of their famously good quotes, and it'll be time to kick butt. Or escape. I'm a little nervous, but I think we can do this.
Just remember, don't look in his eyes. Anywhere else is probably okay, but stare at his feet or something, I don't know.
How does everybody feel?
I don't have an option.
All right, Mr. Horny for Gold. We'll come aboard and hear what little options you have.
I was hoping you'd say so. Climb aboard at your leisure. And he replaces his hat and walks further away from the railing so you can't see him.
I'll jump up first in case it's a trap.
You loom over the rest of the men here in suits as you reboard your ship, and most of them train guns on you as you move about. But they let you board as long as you move slowly.
So lean over the railing, gesture everyone up.
How many are there?
There's about 20.
Ew.
Respectfully, what the fuck?
We are a little problematic.
It was almost like we got ludicrous bounties on our heads and have murked two very important captains.
It's true.
I'll body block Coralie as they go up so that I will always be standing between them and Hornigold.
Azelia will wait till the rest of the group is up. They'll be last.
Does Zelio
climbing.
tie up the little rowboat, or do they keep it down on the sea, like slightly tied, just in case we need a quick getaway from a very fast rowboat?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Zelio is 2 steps ahead with that, like making sure that it is still positioned in a way that it could potentially be an escape route.
Secure,
unless,
but with a quick release.
Exactly. Unless, the dudes get to it first, but we'll wait and see.
Ash grabs onto the rope to climb up, and she stops and she'll turn back to Zelio for a second, and she's trying to say something. And it just doesn't come out, and she turns and starts climbing.
Okay. Leandre?
Oh, am I not being carried? I'm sorry.
You already princess carried.
What a princess!
I thought it was over. And
No, that's perfect.
I feel like that's
It was
the only
Nemo.
way.
Nemo princess carried you.
I feel like that's the only way you're getting Leandre to go onto that fucking boat. He's got his tail thrown over his eyes. Being princess carried on.
Love this lad.
The rowboat below is secured with a quick release, and all of you are now back on the deck of your ship. Furniture has been moved. Chairs and a table have been brought out of the captain's cabin and placed here on the deck. And sitting at the table like it's a child's table is Captain Hornergold. His knees coming up above the level of the table itself, and his arms folded twice across his chest.
Incredibly rude of you to go into Zelio's quarters without asking them first.
If they've ransacked the ship, is my rifle up here?
Would you have left your rifle here while
Yeah.
you went to go get ship supplies? Then it is. But as you look around, I imagine Ash is relieved to see that the ship hasn't been fully ransacked.
Okay.
Captain Hornergold does take out a large stack of papers and places it on the table in front of him, though. Welcome aboard. Now, I'm sure you know why I am here and what my purpose is. The Navy may think they have a firm hand upon me and my men, and I like it to keep it that way. I am open to negotiations. See what you have to offer, and convince me to sprinkle something less than a truth in my report back to them. My one demand is that I walk away with this. He indicates the copy of the poneglyph. And you tell me where I can find the real one.
Yeah, the thing about taking a poneglyph and shoving it into the ocean where no one can find it is it's kind of hard to find, actually.
Absolutely. It was a paperweight after we got the copy.
Both of you, or one of you, please lead a check to lie to Captain Hornergold.
Yeah, also, I have sweet talk. So I roll with a 6.
Yeah, I am definitely backing up them on this one.
You're going to spend the effort to give an extra die?
Well, you said, no.
No,
They're
don't worry about
they're
it.
doing it,
Okay.
but my talking is backing them up through this. If two they them say it, it must be true. Them's the rules. And
I'm
the
gonna
That's how I
spend
live.
I'm gonna spend an effort to roll again.
It's
Better.
3 effort to give yourself an extra die.
It's 3 effort for me.
Yep.
Okay.
3
Yes,
effort
that's
to help yourself, 2 to help an ally.
I'll do it, so
Oh,
they don't
okay.
have to burn 3.
okay. So the second one was a 2. The first one was a 6.
He makes eye contact with you, and you feel just a very slight chill down your spine. His eyes are such pale blue that it's difficult to tell them apart from the whites.
Zelio is not looking directly at this man, but they are still posturing. They're fully drenched, makeup running down their face, just soggy, wet, like straw, platinum blonde hair. And they're just posturing, standing there kind of cattily. It's like, out of curiosity, what is it that makes you so different from the rest of the 7th Warlords? Do you not stand at the same level as Doflamingo or Mihawk or the rest of them, that you would be kept a secret?
There are several reasons, and I'm not one to spurn a curious mind. My abilities are not familiar to most of the world. And my domain expands beyond what the Navy can possibly hope to control. They like to think me an agent of theirs. I like to think of it as an occasional transaction.
Then what do you gain being their pet lapdog?
For one, they leave me alone. They leave me to do my raiding and pillaging where I please. For another, I can occasionally dip my fingers into their very deep coffers.
So it's just money.
When you reach a level at which you can bargain with Marines at the top of their food chain, money is no longer of a question.
So what
It
do
is
you...
freedom and desire to do whatever I wish without being hindered by their pesky ships and soldiers.
Isn't that kind of the fun part, though? You know, like destroying their ships and sending them to the bottom of the ocean and living to tell another day? Like, where do you get your fun? If you're like, please, sir, may I have some more? And then you, like, go and do whatever.
Should you walk away from this alive, perhaps you'll find out too one day that after your 100th sunk Navy ship, they tend to lose their flavor.
Yeah, why would the future king of the pirates think that sinking Navy ships isn't fun? That sounds silly. It's kind of like the whole point of being a pirate. Living free, killing hard, having fun with your friends. And they'll, like, give a nice little tap on Zelio's shoulder. I think maybe you've lost the meaning of being a pirate, my friend. Well, acquaintance. I don't think I'd call us friends.
My motives are for me alone to understand. This negotiation does not benefit from your understanding of me.
All right, well, here's the thing that I'm struggling to understand right now. You've got your hands on our copy, and we've just told you that we can't get you to the original. So what is it that you actually want from us that is negotiable? Because for me right now, I feel like I'm looking at the jaws of a shark.
He gives a
No offense, Nemo.
strangely wide grin at this. There are things scarier than sharks. As for what I want, I need a believable story to bring back to my handlers. He looks directly at Zelio. And I need at least a place to start to look for the poneglyph. You can provide me with both. If you need, you can retrace your steps together.
Well, it sounds like the South Blue is where you'd want to look, because that's where we are, and that's where it was stolen. And you could tell them that we turned you into stone, and you sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and then you swam up. And then you went directly back to them, and you said, please, may I have some more? That sounds believable, right, guys? Right, everybody?
Very much.
It seems a little bit strange that you just want us to come up with an excuse for you. And if you have lived as long as you say that you have and sunk 100 Marine ships, I think you have plenty of stories to allow you to pad your own story.
I'll give you this. Lavender Scale pirates are more insightful than their former member Cabbage led me to believe.
Wow.
Looking
What did you just say?
directly into his eyes, Coralie is going to say, Isma, my friend, do you have a famous grasshopper quote about our good friend Sakevich that you could share with the crew?
Captain.
I think I might.
Oh no.
Would you like to share it then?
Grasshoppers are famously good at protecting their cabbages!
And with Esmer saying that, I would like to roll the first level of Gorgon Gaze. Because he's looking at me and I don't feel overwhelmingly scared. So I would like to do that. I would like to do that. That's my one
I
time,
need
but I'm going to be able to do
you to make 2 rolls. The first is for your Gorgon Gaze. The second is for looking at him.
Everyone remember we got stabbed. Remember we got,
So he
we
just
got
has it
stabbed
running
tonight.
all the time? Is this a reaction that he's doing?
This is a reaction that he's doing.
Okay.
Are we all within melee range of each other, by the way?
I feel like most
Not of
folks
each
were
other.
talking.
You are. There's too many of you to be all in melee range of each other, but you are in 2 adjacent zones.
Could I ask a question? As that conversation was happening, could like Ink Ray and Nemo using Leandre as the middle point kind of like walk around and herd the other henchmen into a zone?
I'm gonna have you both make checks. This is sort of intimidate them to walk away from you in the direction you want them to. I think this is a great idea, but it's gonna be difficult.
Okay, my Gorgon Gaze is a 1 on a d4. Now, my other one, I will take a photo, but it is also a 1.
Oh my god, wait, are you telling me that you just rolled snake eyes?
I did.
Oh my
Dude,
How long have
I
you been
think-
sitting on that
I
one?
think
a third eye,
Julie
about
should
4
get
seconds.
another stab just for that.
I agree.
I am not handing out any more stab points.
That's so fair.
I've already given way too many.
That's okay. Just took all of my luck because I'm sorry.
Yes, no, Ink Ray and Nemo, you're next. What'd you get on your checks?
Roll a
I said
4.
just took all of my luck because I rolled a 10.
Can I use sidekick and expand 1 effort to let you roll that again?
Please.
Absolutely.
That's 6 sidekick?
I rolled an 8 that
Oh.
time. Better.
Can I just keep burning these? No.
Can
Yes,
I
you
use
can.
sidekick?
Like,
And
everyone
I'm a
can
bad
start.
help.
Yes, you can stack helps as many as you
Oh.
want. That's what makes
Oh.
sidekick the most broken ability in this
Then
game.
let's roll
I'll
again.
find that.
I
Roll
rolled
it again.
that time. We're going down. 6 gonna do it.
I will count 6 as a success.
Yeah.
With a 4 and a 6, you two have corralled like a good 10 of them into a single zone. They're mostly back to back now, 5 pointing rifles at one of you, 5 pointing rifles at another, but they are all in one zone. As Coralie takes off their shades and uses Gorgon Gaze, the air freezes, becomes solid matter, and then shatters as these two lock eyes. It's a full-on, you see sparks flying at each other as the combat ensues. That is going to resolve at the end of the first round. Everybody please roll a reaction
Oh.
as we enter combat.
Yay.
Anybody get a 10 or higher?
I got a
What
10,
is-
and we're not using
I
that dice anymore.
I'm so silly. What we rolled a d20 for combat reaction?
D10. Still a
D10.
D10.
Yep.
Oh, what do we
D10.
add? I'm so sorry.
You don't add anything. It's just a D10 unless you have fast reflexes
Oh.
at a high level.
Got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll finally learn this game one day.
All right. So ink rays out of 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4.
Let's go, Leandre.
3. 2. 1. That's Esmer and Corley.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Blast off!
Hurting.
Sorry.
We start with Corley maintaining eye contact with this guy. He is putting up a fight. You've never felt this when you've used Gorgon Gaze before, but you see an expression on his face that he has not either. You need to, you already made the rolls, so you are sure that if you can maintain eye contact with him for this round, Gorgon Gaze will go off and you can start to use it again on your next turn.
Okay. So, we're in a bit of a staring contest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The most
well,
epic
I'm
staring
really good at those,
contest in
friends.
all of One Piece.
Snakes are famously good at those. Yeah. I said it. I'm not a grasshopper.
I support you, Captain.
You do have movement and an action, should you choose to spend them.
So I just... Ooh, so what, are you saying that I could, like, use Infect if I wanted to? Oh! Oh, okay. Well, I thought that you were just going to make me just stare at this man. Okay.
You rolled a low reaction. You get an actual turn.
Okay, cool.
This is epic as fuck.
Okay. I then... let's see. My Infect is now 7. So I am going to yoink out two of my snake hairs. Eric, Ronnie, do you think? And they're just going to throw it, one towards Hornigold and one towards just a random man. One of the guys who fucking pushed Chili over the edge, because fuck him in particular. How rude. That's famous Chili right there.
Fully agree. What an asshole. All right, make your attack rolls then.
Okay. D8. Okay, this one's a 4.
The first one is against the other guy, which absolutely hits. The snake immediately wraps around his neck and bites into the side of it, and and you can see his veins turn black and green as the infect spreads across his neck and into his system.
Cool. The second one does not hit? Question mark.
The second one was a what?
The second one? Because it's rank 7, so I can infect 2 people at the same time. So the second one went to Hornigold.
With one attack. The second one that went to Hornigold does not. The snake wraps around his arm, and he, with a free hand, easily rips it off and tosses it onto the deck of the ship.
Not Ronnie. That's my turn.
All right.
I'm staring this man down, a scowl on my face.
Esmer, the sparks between the captains fly. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to help them maintain their focus and get all the distractions out of the way. If I'm to understand it, Inkray and Nemo are kind of like pincering all of the minions together into one zone, right?
Most of them, not all of them. There are still some along the railings of the ship.
I like
forward.
most. I think it's going to be stab time. Esmer is going to lift one leg up and then sumo stomp onto the ground and just glow with green energy and hockey as I'm going to use my stab to raise my rank 1 control wind into a rank 4 control wind, which allows me to target everything in one zone to push it another zone, aka
Hell yeah.
off the ship. Esmer is going to say, bug, nitro pinwheel! And like Sanji in the first One Piece opening, do a handstand twirl around and green wind whips forward. I'm going to attempt to push all of the minions that Inkray and Nemo push together off the ship into the water.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
It is a D8, which I will re-roll with effort. That's a 3.
And as this wall of wind collides with the first few, we get a slow motion shot of the barrels of their rifles just shattering as the wind passes. As it collides with the men, it pushes all of them off of their feet, over Inkray, and into the drink.
Esmer is going to do like a little fighting game idle stance and hop in place and say, grasshoppers are famously known for causing problems for weird long-armed octopus men.
You got me all wrong, my very squishable friend. And
Oh shit.
Hornigold begins to change. Still maintaining eye contact with Coralie.
Oh no.
He begins to grow taller.
Oh no.
His hat expands in all directions into an enormous fin-like thing. Fleshy colored, partially see-through. And he grows 2, 3, 4 stories tall, almost as tall as the mast of the ship itself. The number of his limbs more than double as they extend towards the ground. And if you are so inclined, you may do a Google image search.
Oh fuck.
Of a big fin squid.
Big fin squid.
Oh!
I don't want
Oh, that's awful.
That's going to upset my thalassophobia. I'm not going to look at it.
Oh.
It's been real
Oh,
Labyrinth
oh.
Scale Pirates.
Hey, Dennis, diabolical, actually.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's crazy.
Thank you.
Esmer's going to say, God damn it! He's a jellyfish!
Ugh, that's awful.
And after
those.
seeing
Oh,
the
that's
damage
brilliant.
that Esmer was able to do, he is going to attack Esmer.
That's fine.
Please make an avoid check.
Cool,
You
cool.
will have an extra die on this because you are technically hidden from him as he maintains eye contact with Coralie.
Pretty cool.
And technically, has my Gorgon's gaze gone through, or is that at the end? Because if it has gone through, it becomes more difficult for him to do stuff while under the effects.
It will go through. You went first. It'll go through at the end of the round, so right before your next turn, it'll go through.
Curses.
I got a 2.
As 3 of the tentacles slither through the air towards you, you nimbly dodge out of the way of all of them, and they do not find purchase. We move to Leandre.
Yeah. Leandre still got that. He doesn't know what this guy looks like because he's got his tail thrown over his eyes. Very dedicated to not looking at this man. Okay. Okay. But those guys rounded up the, like, how many men did you say did the, like, ink ray in 10? Okay. What was brought upstairs when he was like, he didn't ransack the whole place, but he did bring stuff out? What is the stuff that, like, kind of brought up on top of the deck?
It's mostly just furniture. They kind of moved some stuff out of the way. There's, well, actually, I'll ask Angie, what was left on the table inside the captain's cabin?
A life-size cut out of Leandre Spike.
Imagine. What was on Zelio's quarters? Like, what's on the table?
Yeah, what would be left on the side table?
It's a vanity. I'm just like, it's just gonna be makeup and like maybe like
A mirror.
a mirror, wigs, makeup. There's maybe a couple knives also here and there if they're feeling, spicy. I
You
feel
can
like
see
the
that
ca-
stuff
yeah.
is sort of like strewn about the entrance to the captain's cabin.
What a I'm gonna kill them. My makeup.
Not your makeup.
No, my makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be basic. I feel like Leandre is going to, with his eyes still covered, take out his pistol and point it in the direction of which he heard these men standing.
You hear one guy shoot out, "Ah! No! Gerald! David! Benny!" and just shout a ton of generic white guy names as the other 10 just get thrown overboard.
We're not finding any black people during this month, for sure.
That's crazy.
It's great.
It's great.
Wait, what just happened?
Oh, Esmer got rid of the 10 that were in
okay.
a group.
All right,
They're gone.
they're gone. Okay.
There's still another about 10 strewn across, like spread out across the rest of the ship.
Okay. I was like, what? What's
I kicked
going
him
on?
overboard.
My bad.
All right. Shooting with his heart. He's gonna fire his pistol off in the direction which he thinks people are. Yeah.
All right, make an attack roll.
Amazing. Okay. That is a 3.
That is a hit. You hear one last shout out, "No, Dennett!" and it just gets cut short.
Not Dennis.
The wind got him by the bun. Or the pistol,
Beautiful.
in this case.
And I still have movement. Yes, I
Yes.
can move. Okay. Is there? I feel like he's gonna try to run towards where not the wheel. It's called the wheel, right? It's gonna try to run towards
the wheel. He runs towards the wheel, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Moppy, move.
Did they do anything with Moppy?
Improvised weapon.
Yeah, you can use it.
I'll remember that for next round.
Wait, I'm
goes
concerned about Moppy's safety.
Yeah.
There were 21 enemy pirates on this ship. Is Moppy okay?
This is Moppy okay as I push Moppy over.
Yeah, this might be like Mr. Caliendo, and then he falls.
Moppy seems fine as far as you can tell, but you're not really paying attention. You're not about to. He's in one piece at the very least.
Ah!
Ah!
Roll credits. The invincible title card comes down. I don't know if I can do this on my turn, but Leandre's like, let's get this boat moving. even put this guy on it. I want to leave. And I don't think I could do that on this round, but that's what the goal is.
Okay. No, definitely not this round. Getting a ship
Yeah.
moving is more than turning the wheel.
Yeah,
but I
just pointing in
understand
the
intent.
direction
We'll
of
get there.
leaving.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Away from shore.
Yeah.
Okay. After Leandre is the suits, and I need everyone that does not have hockey to please make an avoid check.
No. Okay.
Is it just Leandre?
I'm just a guy. You
Leandre's
guys
in a
just,
different show
you
from all
just
of us.
kidnapped a guy. He's just a guy. It's a 10.
No!
He's so much just a guy.
He really is the Usopp of the crew. I love him. Can I expend effort for Leandre to roll again?
You may.
2 effort.
You're not gonna believe this, folks.
No!
Another 10.
Leave him alone.
There's got to be something special that we get for rolling double 1s and double 10s in the same round of combat.
Hey, you get 2 effort back. That's good.
Yeah.
Technically, 2 10s is a 20, so that's like a nat 20.
There you go,
yeah,
nat 20.
That's how that works.
So you get your point of effort back, and we see in slow motion as this tiny sphere bullet lands in Leandre's arm, and the entire crew freaks the fuck out.
No!
He falls in slow motion. He's actually falling in slow motion. It's the
Yeah.
thing that
The One Piece whited out eyes to show that
Yeah.
you're on the verge of unconsciously.
We're all
Wait.
just flashing to
What?
every single character as we're all watching. Slowly, while we're like, oh, no.
We get that weird frame where it's everyone's face in a different shaped box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the damage, Doc?
From this bullet,
Yeah.
you take 1 damage.
Oh no!
Deeply unserious. Okay.
All right, next up is Ash.
Ash does not like this scenario at all. The giant squid has kind of turned her whole initial plan upside down, and she's like, fuck, I think I need my rifle, but there are a lot of people on this deck, and I'm worried that they're gonna climb back on board, because and she draws the pistol out for realsies, and is going to just run and gun, is going to go to get into the cabin to get her rifle, but is also going to take like a pop shot at one of the goons along the way.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, come the fuck on. I'm gonna... Boo. I'm gonna burn some effort, because that was a 6.
Oof.
Ooh.
We're gonna try that one again. Boop. That's a 1. That's so much better.
That crits. You literally, like, without even looking, you hit a guy directly in the temple, and it just out the other side.
She glances back to look and sees him falling and thinks about it for a second. She's like, oh. There's an idea. And she keeps running for the cabin for her rifle. What?
GM squints his eyes and moves on to the next person in initiative. Which is Nemo.
Hey, okay. So where Nemo is at, could he move in a way that would actually get some of those other henchmen back into his zone again? Or at least line up as many as he can into his zone?
They are pretty spread out. They appear to either be smart or under orders to do exactly this.
Okay. So if I go after henchmen, it's just like one-on-one? Okay. That's why I asked about zones. You're zone blocking me.
That zone block.
It is zone blocked by the GM. Okay. Could I make it to the giant squid?
Easily.
Then Nemo will start walking towards the giant squid and just kind of like, you shouldn't be afraid of sharks. Naturally, most people shouldn't have a fear of sharks. Food, on the other hand, it's delicious squid. And with that, he'll bare his shark teeth, but will bite down on his left hand to use blood power, and then squeeze the blood so it's dripping in his hand, smear it across his nose and face, and give a big inhale as his eyes, like in Finding Nemo, the shark's eyes just dilate to just all black. And then I will then use, so I'm doing that at rank 3, which means I lose 3 health and 1 effort. But it does mean my control water goes up 3 ranks to rank 5. And I would like to use the zone that the captain is in to then control water to come out from the side of the ocean, smash into him, and then snap and freeze it so his legs are frozen.
Jake is playing 3D chess and not
Oh
checkers.
my god. This isn't even an attack roll. You're just freezing everything inside the zone as these 2 huge waves collide and just drench Captain Hornigold, and when they reach the bottom, they freeze, and all of his tentacles that aren't in that zone, or that are in that zone, just solid up, that you can see crystals of ice start to form out of them, and you can see a little bit of blood as well. He's not going to take any damage from this, but he can't fucking move.
Amazing.
Right. Cool. So does that mean I can still attack? Since you said it, or
That was your action.
Okay, action. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the last thing I'll just say was, hey, Gray, when was the last time we had squid? And then that'll be my turn.
Zelio, you're next.
Seeing the perfect setting that Nemo has created, Zelio is going to whip out their serrated whip, and they're gonna go ahead and whip it to grasp around these frozen tentacles to try and break some of these tentacles.
Ooh, hell yeah. Please make an attack roll.
Yeah. Just to make sure.
How much does his defenses worsen when he's frozen solid and can't move?
We'll see how well how good ice is at getting rid of hockey.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 moment. I need to. Does this guy have hockey?
Yes, he does.
I rolled the wrong die. That's definitely a D8. Okay, that is a 3.
Let's go.
You gain 1 effort.
Oh, we need 2s and 1s to hit the fuck.
Alrighty. Got it. Just make sure. Okay. So the serrated whip is wrapped around some of his limbs. I may not have hit, but he needs to use a combat action to escape. Or I don't know if that. I think it also depends on the. Moving until you attack with sword. Nope, just kidding, because I didn't hit. That doesn't stand.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
Next is Inkray, when was the last time you had squid?
Oh,
say,
also, I'm so sorry. Before the round ends, can Zelio also just like call out to Ash and be like, "Where are you going?"
The big gun. Come on.
Okay, sorry. Go, Luke.
Get back here!
I go, I don't remember the last time we had squid was, but I know when the next time we're gonna have it is. And I'd like to use one of my 2 remaining stab. And I want to do the full like anime swordsman run, like bent over, hand on the hilt, up the mast. You see, it is about as tall as the mast.
Mm-hmm.
I want to run as far up the mast as I can run, and then just jump off and hit him as hard as I can. However hard you will allow me to hit him using stab.
This is a stab, and I will allow it because you're using one of your stab points, and because you are using a stab point, it will also auto crit. As the sword, as you run up the mast, just like a blur, wind through your hair, you leap off of it, doing like a backwards flip, and you slash right into one of the sides of that giant fin on his head, and it comes down and breaks eye contact with Corley. Immediately, the very ends of his tentacles begin to turn to stone. And the Gorgon's gaze power creeps up every single one of his many limbs. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Oh. Ooh.
All right, we'll be back. I don't even want to say shrimp check because it's too close to squid check, but we'll be back and so will you. Bye-bye. RPGs for Accessible Gaming has officially launched on itch.io as a charity bundle to support Dot's RPG project. You might remember that last year we helped fund these amazing Braille dice to make TTRPG gaming more accessible to visually impaired and blind gamers. But now we are doing it again to help fund single sets of die because, as we know, not every game is a D20 based system. So we're hoping to fund D6s, D8s, D10s, other dice that aren't the D20. The bundle is going to be live until March 17th on itch.io. There are over 250 games for you to play that are TTRPGs and RPGs, so please go and support. We also have a TTRPG charity game coming on March 10th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be Grimoire Punk, and it's going to be an amazing time, so make sure you save the date for that as well. Hi friends, King Corley of the Living to Scale Pirates here to remind you about our One Piece, One Chat talkback happening tomorrow evening with the crew members of the Living to Scale Pirates. It'll start on Monday, March 3rd at 5:30 PST right here on Twitch and YouTube. Our crew members are going to ham it up and talk about their favourite moments of our series and of course of One Piece. You wouldn't want to miss out on more grasshopper facts now, would you? Hello and welcome back, my friends. We are thrilled for you to join us near the end. I mean, it's the season finale. We're in part 2 of the episode. I mean, gosh, are we gonna survive? Is he gonna survive? Who knows? Dennis, do you want to give a recap of what the Lavender Scale Pirates have been doing? Kicking ass, taking names, eating squid?
Well, I certainly can, as long as the recap is limited to what happened this episode, because you guys have done a lot over the last 2 seasons. Some crazy fucking shit that has already been one-upped in this episode. You have finally actually had a conversation with the big bad, Captain Benjamin Hornigold. instead of just running away from his fucking Slenderman shit. And he tried to start a negotiation where he would walk away with the poneglyph and your copy of the poneglyph. Didn't go too well, as Esmer shouted out the code bug phrase and followed it up with wiping out half of the opposite crew that Inkray and Nemo together had corralled into a corner for them.
Stab is the coolest
And-
mechanic. I can't even take credit for it.
It's amazing. And your use of it was phenomenal. I had no problem wiping out half of the opposing force with that.
They could only damage Leandre, but still.
Speaking of, Leandre has been shot. Leandre down. Leandre down.
No!
Leandre has taken a single point of damage. How dare they? Meanwhile, Big Bad Benjamin Hornigold has grown several stories and is now almost as tall as the mast of the ship, and is taking on his true devil fruit form of a big fin squid. You also found out that he is the only known devil fruit user that can swim. So, and in response to everything that's been happening throughout all of this, Captain and Captain have been maintaining eye contact, both with visual-based powers, and Coralie at last broke through Captain Hornigold's defenses and used their Gorgon's gaze to start to turn him to stone. And that is where we pick up. It is now Coralie's turn. Are you going to double down on Gorgon's gaze? How do you want to use your action?
Yeah, do I want to turn this man to stone for an entire hour? Yes, I would like to do that, please and thank you. Yes.
Also important to note that the reason why Coralie did it is because Inkray used his stab to do a very cool run up the mast.
Thank you. Thank you. Inkray sliced through Captain Hornigold's big fin on the top of his squid-ass head and broke eye contact. And that is why Coralie was able to start turning this thing to stone.
And we're just gonna try to confirm it. I'm rolling a d4, and I only have to roll a 3. Would you believe that the pretty die rolled a 1?
Let's go, pretty
What
dad.
happens to that squid ass head?
What I
Dennis?
would like to do, Dennis, in this moment is use stab. And I would like to make Gorgon's gaze go from level 7 to level 10.
You're crazy.
Now the thing is that it's only are you saying that Gorgon's gaze was level 2 already and he was getting turned to stone, and now it's at the third point where he's just indefinitely
He
stoned?
has suffered one Gorgon's gaze.
Okay, so now he's on 2 and he's turned to stone for an hour.
As the stone continues to rapidly creep up his tentacles, most of which are still frozen from Nemo's use of stab, it continues to creep up, and you just hear a shout out, "No, I've read about the fates of the other captains. They said this wouldn't happen to me. This can't happen to me."
Before he turns completely into stone, oh man, he's too big now to be an ornament on the ship. That makes me so sad. I wanted to keep him as a trophy on the ship. Fuck!
Can break off some of his tentacles.
Yeah, that's my turn. Coralie is just having an internal battle with themselves because they really wanted to just turn him to stone forever and keep him on the ship as a display of "you better not fuck with us."
As the stone curse from Gorgon's gaze completely envelops the 8th warlord of the sea, the ship begins to list again with the weight of the stone. There are still a couple of baddies around. They fucking abandoned ship. They're not going to stick around for this. They toss their guns onto the deck and dive into the water.
Everybody, it might be worth getting onto the rowboat right now.
Should we kick him into the water first? Because isn't his whole thing that he can swim and he will be back up and at it in an hour?
I was gonna say, I'm still, like, mid-fall from when I jumped. I can just try and kick off him, and use the force of kicking off him to push him in the water.
Before that, we need to solidify this forever.
I am in the middle of falling, so whatever you gotta do it quickly.
Dennis, can I roll to solidify him into stone forever? Combat is essentially...
You used stab, right?
Yeah.
You rolled a 1.
No. I rolled 1 before I rolled with stab. The stab was to get it to level 10, and if I use the Gorgon's Gaze a third time, he is indefinitely stone for the rest of his life, which would end after he gets turned to stone.
Oh, okay, so you just have to look at him for one more round.
Yes.
There are no more enemies. Combat grinds to a halt after 1 round. And Captain Benjamin Hornigold, still towering above all of you, is now solid stone. What does it look like as Coralie seals his fate?
I think that they just take their glasses and throw them at him, and as they touch, he's just he turns like purple-esque in nature as the glasses shatter against him.
As the glasses shatter against the outside of one of his tentacles, there's this ripple almost as it begins to spread, first to the end of this tentacle and then all the way up, as the entirety of this new statue turns to solid amethyst.
Oh.
Can anybody get the head off? Please.
With a team effort, I'm sure.
We froze this guy to the deck of the ship. It is a multiple-story stone statue now, and ships are not meant to bear this. I have a feeling this is about to go, like, very badly.
A tentacle tip at least?
Ezra's gonna fly up and
Wait.
hockey their leg to attempt to kick the head off before Inkray kicks him into the drain.
Everyone get to the boat. And then Zelio is going to stare over at Nemo and point Leandre and said, "Grab him and take him to the boat before this ship sinks." And then they're going to run down to the quarters to go grab Ash, who is gone to go get the rifle.
We are going to enter a sort of a skill challenge. Zelio, please make a check to move as quickly as possible. Esmer, please make a check to break an amethyst statue. And Inkray, please make a check to push this statue and hopefully break the ice at the bottom so it doesn't connect to the ship.
I am.
So with the control water, I can just melt the ice. Right? Yeah,
Inkray, please make a check to topple the statue. It's not going to be attached to the ship.
I got a 2 to decapitate the fuck.
So I have this one of those situations where if it is like a movement check, I have sure-footed, so it would be a D8 for me.
I also got a 2.
So on the deck of the ship, Esmer flies up, and please describe how you shatter just the head off of this statue.
Absolutely. So Esmer's all about like bludgeoning brute force, so they have to get a little creative here. Esmer's actually also going to fly up and press themselves against the mast. And the fun thing about hockey is that they don't just have to fight with their legs anymore. They're going to hold an elbow forward. The elbow is going to solidify with armament hockey. And they're going to say, "Bug, bug, Sharkman wrestling fin drop!" And pew, like a bullet, shoot through Hornigold's neck, elbow first, to pew, slice it and let it fall down. Oh, that's also going to land on the deck of the ship. Duck and cover, everybody.
Inkray, I will allow you to use that. You see this? I will allow you to use that too, however you wish.
I think I just twist in mid-ear, grab onto a frozen tentacle, and then just push off, and hopefully push off with enough force that it sends the statue overboard. Someone else can worry about the head.
And the whole amethyst statue topples, catches on the railing for a moment before coming loose, and lands in the water with a... And the ship goes from way over here, the wave hits it, and it goes way over here. I am... what did Zelio get to find Ash in time?
Yeah, and the ship is still sinking?
The ship is not sinking, and
Okay.
at least not this way anymore.
It's like
starting to sink
capsizing?
the other direction. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what it
the
feels like.
possibility of capsizing? Okay. I got a 4.
That is enough, and you see Ash just as she grabs her rifle.
I do not have sure-footed, and if we're like flying back and forth, Ash is tiny. She's gonna go flying through the air. She grabs that. She's like, what the hell?
I'm gonna try and grab at Ash before they fall somewhere and get more hurt than whatever is happening right now.
The ship tilts all the way to the side, and you see there one of the windows is open, and Ash is about to fall through it. Go ahead
Oh!
and make a check to grab her.
Okay. I think that would just be a regular D10. E. That fell right into my stack of dice, so I don't know. And I don't even remember which one I used.
Probably a 1.
It literally just went like bop bop to like my stack of dice. Let me just. That's a 7.
Any effort left?
I do. I have plenty of effort. Probably. What is it? It's like 3, right? To reroll?
Yeah, 3 to reroll.
3 to give yourself a reroll.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. What is a double 0?
That's a 10.
Yeah,
10.
that's worse.
What is it?
Yeah, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
It's a worse.
All right. As you watch Ash's fingers slip right through your hand, Ash, do you have a minute to say 2 words as you fall through this window? You just give a
She's gonna
blank
look-
stare.
She's gonna look
of
at Zelio as she's going out. 2 words?
2 words.
Thank you.
The sound of the splash is lost
Can
in
I
the waves of the ocean.
Can I use my stab to save
Yes.
to save Ash? I think
Wait, wait. So we beat the final boss in ostensibly 1 round of combat, And our stab is going to saving Ash from getting crushed by the ship, basically.
Yes!
Sick.
I think the moment that Zelio hears the thank you, it's like a it's that feeling of they've been left behind before, or like they've felt betrayed before by like their previous captain, and they're not the captain, of course, but they are a subordinate of Ash's and has a little bit of seniority over them, and there's this sense of like, oh, I can't let this happen to another one, I cannot lose another one. And they're in that moment, I feel like it's this level of hockey that makes them move faster. At this time, it's kind of like what a CP8 does, with like kind of doing like the quick movements through the air, and they just propel themselves forward, similar to what Sanji discovers in Kamabaka Island, although that has not been shared with the world quite yet. But yeah, they are able to propel themselves forward just in time to grab Ash and pull them into their arms, so that they don't fall through this window and essentially die.
You kick off of the air itself and catch Ash dangling out of this window.
And pull them back in. Or is the boat still like about to capsize?
And before we answer that, what is everyone else doing? Specifically, first, Leandre.
So we were told to get off the boat, correct?
That is what
Yes.
Zelio yelled, I believe.
Okay. It's gonna stop pretending to be on the floor doing nothing. It's gonna pop up off the ground. And take off his pirate hat, sweep all of Zelio's makeup into it, and then jump off the boat into the little I don't know, what is it called? The little tiny
Into
Our
the
rowboat.
rowboat. So
yeah.
as the ship tilts all the way down, you hop like a foot into the boat before the ship tilts back. Nemo, what are you doing?
Nemo's gonna catch Leandre and then be like,
Yeah.
wait, friend, there's one last mission we have to do together.
What?
Moppy! Moppy loves both of us. We have to save Moppy. And then just takes to the wheel.
Throws Leandro back onto the ship.
Yes,
That's crazy.
we need to save Moppy, Leandre.
Moppy
You're
is
the only person I trust
Leandre's
Moppy with.
Rocco. This is like throwing Elmo back onto a ship to save Rocco. This is what you're doing.
That's
to
exactly
Leandre.
what's happening. And just full on carrying Leandre. Reach your hand out, and then we can sweep Moppy up, and we'll jump on the boat.
He's following the directions that he's been given.
Hello,
And as
Moppy.
you grab as you grab Moppy and start looking around for how to get back to the boat, the ship rights itself slowly and is rocking gently on the waves. We get a shot inside the cabin as Zelio is dangling Ash outside the window. And Inkray, Coralie, and Esmer all on the deck of the ship like, this is fine.
Where is the amethyst head of the squid?
I'm pretty sure that he said that it flew into the ocean, and Coralie is just like watching it sink, and is definitely going to ask someone to pick it up.
The head is in the ocean. It did not crash into the ship.
It did not put a hole in the deck of the ship, no.
Oh, thank God.
Fantastic.
Someone go
Zelio's-
get the captain some head. Sorry, that head.
Leandre starts getting on
No,
his knees.
no. Like you didn't know what you were doing.
Poorly flips open the schedule and says, "It's not on the schedule, friend. Up and at him. Come on. Somebody overboard. We need that, please."
Dude, I can't swim.
We figured it out. Leander is the cabin boy.
I'll
Ash
go
is-
retrieve the head.
Ash
you,
is
Ingrid.
hanging out the window, just like fucking by a hand, like
Yeah.
just out the window.
I think Zelio will pull you in, pull you up, and kind of. Well, that was exciting. Also, the giant squid man has been dealt with, surprisingly. So we want to need your excellent eyesight for this.
Oh. Well, that's good, right? That's good. Did we turn him to stone?
Oh, amethyst.
Oh, we've gone. We're doing a new thing now. That's very cool.
It seems like it.
Yeah. And she is like, sort of like looking over the room. She like puts the rifle down on the table behind her. She's like, well, that was stressful. But it's over.
Yes, good. Well, I guess we'll meet the rest upstairs. And they turn to about to go leave.
Stop. Wait. You almost fell into the water, and I thought I was gonna lose you. And the thought of that kind of you're the first person that's ever like really trusted me.
Well, we need to trust each other, Ash.
I'm no good at this. You mean a lot to me. And you look.
I'll stop you right there. It seems like you are tumbling between your words, and maybe sometimes actions speak louder than words.
And Zelio is going to grab Ash and give him a kiss.
And she like squeaks a little bit. And then just kind of like melts into it.
See you upstairs. We'll wipe off a little bit of the smudged lipstick. And then go meet the rest of the group.
Temperature like full flooding red again. And then just kind of like falls back against the desk. Eventually like lifts herself up and just is like, okay. Still like, it's only been a short time since she dove into the water. Like her suit is still like soaked and she's just like squeezes some of it out. And it's... okay. She's gonna go up.
Zelio walks up and we'll look at the rest of the group. Well, luckily the ship didn't sink.
Instead,
Excellent.
you two got shipped.
Esmer, were you eavesdropping?
What?
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 Grasshoppers are famously known for their... No, you go ahead, Captain.
I'd hate to take it from you, friend. I just didn't know if you were going to say it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Grasshoppers are famously known for their excellent hearing.
Oh, Okay, we can talk about this later. Let's debrief after this. Exactly what has happened. Captain, excellent job with the amethyst.
It's
Ink Gray surfaces with the head.
It's actually, I mean, thanks to that guy, Ink Gray couldn't have done it without him. Couldn't have done it without you. Couldn't have done it without you. And they'll just point at everyone and say, remember we were in a huddle and I said that, you know, we could slither away if we wanted to? Why the fuck would we do that? We're fucking rad. Oh my god. We have an amethyst head of a man that we can put on our ship now. Let's go back and get that Frumple, whatever the fuck his name is, well, maybe we get a different one. But, oh god, we're gonna be king of the parties. This is... And they just, like, can't even talk in full sentences. They're just so excited. And their hair is just...
Zelia will also go check on Leandre to make sure that her arm is okay from their single bullet wound. Are you
Is
okay?
Leandre still holding Moppy?
No. Drop Moppy.
He dropped Moppy when he got on his knees. Is that what he did?
As soon as Nemo was not looking at him, he dropped Moppy. Like, fuck this stupid mop. Just slowly topped over, just lets go.
We have to make sure to cure that wound, Leandre.
Yes, I was so brave. Did you see how brave I was?
Incredibly brave, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think at that point, Coralie's going to walk up to Leandre and say, my friend, you fought bravely. And they're going to tap the opposite shoulder of the arm that Leandre was shot in. Would you like to be returned to the Navy?
No.
Excellent.
They would throw me in jail immediately.
Priorities, yes.
Would you like to be
So
retained
right.
somewhere else?
I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have people.
What do you mean? I see six of
Like, I
your
don't-
people right here.
Yeah, but I can't. But I'm.
Would Leandre squirm under a hug from Coralie?
Kind of would probably stand there autistically, but like, gonna try to get out of it.
Is it okay if I give you a hug, friend?
Give me a hug.
And then the hair will start like waving everyone to come and join.
Esmer's gonna grab Nemo by the shoulder and Ink Gray by the arm because that's about as high as she can reach. Drop grasshopper mode and bring them in.
Zelia waits for Ash to surface from down below and then pulls them over to the hug as well.
Yeah, she staggers up to the deck and just sees the giant amethyst head, and it's just like, oh, okay. Oh, it's a group hug.
It's a hug time.
It's a hug time. All right. Welcome. It's just all right. Yeah, and
And then just randomly on its own, Moppy kind of comes into frame. As super close to Leandre as possible.
Leandre gives the most stink look ever.
And as we zoom out of our big Lavender scale group hug, we will roll credits and wonder forever what other shenanigans this crew will get up to in the future.
Wait, what happened to Cabbage? How will we know? We have to go find him.
I do feel like could we all do a post scene credit? A
Oh
1
yes,
minute
absolutely.
What? A fifth emperor?
Absolutely not.
The first
Papa.
the first, as the credits are rolling, the first scene is we see the beach where our story this episode started, and we can see Kevin hand over hand dragging himself onto the beach. Flops over onto his back. And he looks up, and there's a figure directly above him. And we hear, "Well, who are you?" I'm Spliff. What's your name? Do you need any help? Well, I don't know. Go away. I'm tired. And that's that scene.
All right. Coralie haggles with Zelio for like the next week on getting either the front or the back of the ship, like the Going Merry head, or the thing that goes in front, like a mermaid.
The masthead.
They haggle back and forth for as long as it takes until Zelio finally breaks down and says, yes, fine, we can put the amethyst head a part of the ship. Because they want to scare off the Marines. They have done it 3 times now. These pirates have said, fuck you. You will be turned to stone 3 times. So they want it as a warning. And it goes very beautifully with the ship that Zelio has gotten the crew. So however long it takes.
Honestly, an amethyst squid head figurehead for the Lavender Scale Pirates, Fox. I agree.
Incredible. So it takes no haggling at all.
Also, the best part is that aren't squids like they can change gender? Isn't that a thing that like some of those animals can do?
Probably.
We'll look it up.
Cuttlefish can.
Something.
Cuttlefish can. I don't know about
Cuttlefish.
squids, but
It is
cuttlefish definitely can.
cuttlefish. Yeah, cuttlefish can. I'm like, you know what? It fits.
I bet that Horny for Gold is a cuttlefish in the bed, so we're gonna go ahead and say yes.
We'll never know now, will
We'll
we?
never know.
I'll do one. We see the island once ruled under the tyranny of King Dial that Esmer was from originally, and she's walking through the streets in her human form, followed behind by a man with goggles and a high ponytail who looks a lot like her brother Kimba, who she was reunited with, and they are going to put a big treasure chest in the middle of the plaza of the town and open it. And it's going to be filled with toys for all the kids, yo-yos, mallets, drums, all of the toys that inspired the names of Esmer's attacks. And then the 2 of them in the little plaza are going to play hacky sack together in front of the fountain, and we're going to see that interlaced with them as kids doing the same thing a long time ago.
All right, I got some. I think for Nemo, it's going to be kind of like those like splash pages that you see at the end of the credits of like the black and white pictures, and then you kind of get context on what's happening. So the first one is like Nemo and Zelio in the quarters organizing stuff, and he's got like an apron on, trying to look all organized, and has like a pencil in his ear and stuff like that, as Zelio showing him how to do that. Next one will be like Ash, like showing him how to hold a rifle, and he's just like holding it wrong backwards or something like that, and Ash is like flustered. Let's see, Esmer is like showing him new like martial arts stuff, and as they're in a pose, he's got like little antennas, like doing this with his hands, so he can do bug stuff. Ink Ray is like going over legal stuff, and he just looks like flustered at all this legalese and stuff. With Coralie, he's, now that he can do control water, he's got like water sling back like a snake, and just copying Coralie as they're both slinging. He's slinging water snakes and copying that. And then last is Leandre bonking Nemo over the head with Moppy.
I think a lot of the post credit for Zelio is going to be surrounded by, of course, remaining by the ship, also trying to fix the ship. Finally, maybe reconnecting with Spliff and Kevin and bringing them onto the ship so that they can actually become part of the crew in their own silly, goofy way. They work with Coralie with the figurehead. And also work with making sure to get Esmer back home to the Kingdom of Dial. With Inkray, they actually ask Inkray to assist them in writing a lengthy letter that is to be mailed to the leaders of the Revolutionary Army, specifically Emporio Ivankov, now that since their appearance at the war that happened only just recently. And when it comes to Ash and Leandre, his two Pookies, it's a constant with Ash. It's kind of figuring out the way that they go about their relationship with one another, and also letting Ash know, oh, but Leandre also needs to be involved in this, not like in the relationship, but it's like, but this is like my best friend who will always come with us. Like, I'm so sorry, Leon, whatever happens between you and me, we gotta make space for Leandre also.
I'll pick up off that. Yeah, I mean, like, I think Ash has been like very well aware from the beginning that it is like the Zelio and Leandre like package deal, and like she is so not, I won't say confused, but she is like, oh my god, how do I do this? What do I do? What do I do? And is like trying way too hard, and is like very much like every time it's like if she gets flowers for Zelio, she also like has got flowers for Leandre as well. And it's just like that same kind of thing where she's just like very confused, but she's trying as hard as she can, because this is like very, very new for her. And but she's like enjoying it, I think, and she's like again, like the journey of her on the ship has been like relaxing more from everything that she came from. I think the time she spends with anyone else who would be interested is like, she's not a good hand-to-hand fighter, but she is very, very capable with like hockey things. And anyone who is like doing like working on hockey stuff, she's like, I have notes for you. I have like this like 3-page thing that I have like, because I have been doing this since I was a child. Here is like this, here is like this, and here is how I do these things. And she always keeps like a fairly normal schedule about it for anyone who wants to participate and be a part of it.
Girlfriend.
Inkray gets the communication snails and starts a radio station where pirates can call in for legal advice. Where he can help them resolve their disputes, civil or otherwise, using the law.
Call 1-800 Lavender.
That's amazing.
The firm of Ink and Ray.
We're currently courting our first sponsor, the Barate Sea Restaurant, as our first sponsor. See how that goes. I feel like I should also, if Nemo would be happy doing it, I feel like Nemo should be a co-host, because I feel like there's always a very funny dynamic when you have two people talking about a subject that one person knows everything about and one person knows nothing about, but still is happy to give their opinion.
Moppy turns out to be incredibly adept.
Yeah,
Like Moppy just knows the law.
Moppy is a natural court lawyer.
I feel like that would cut away to Leandre on a beach someplace in like a hammock on his snail phone calling in. Yeah, I'm Name's poorly trying to mask his voice. Dre, how would you go about reducing one's bounty? And I feel like Leandre ends up on this beach like by saying, enough. I am deeply asexual. I don't want to be a third wheel in anyone's relationship. And like leaves.
Like, no, but you're my best friend. You have to stay.
Leaves a treasure map for them to find. Find him. And he's just on this like island with like, you know, all his things, and where there's like fruit trees for him to enjoy. And it's just calling up the line. But yeah, it's just like I need a break from my best friend's relationship. I don't want to be a third wheel. I'm being forced to go on dates. Just standing there. Enough.
The One Piece is actually Leandre's.
Leandre again with a pina colada and a coconut and a little
like,
umbrella
and a big hat.
Yeah, exactly.
One Piece is just One Piece, Peace, just
with the sunglasses on, mimicking their captain
Someone
with the
tell
star
Oda.
glasses instead of heart-shaped glasses.
We're like 1 or 2 letters off from Leandre Spike being an anagram of One Piece. It's
Oh my god!
really close. If Spike was spelled with a C, we'd get there.
Let's do it.
Wait, then it would be Leandre Spice.
You can't spell. It's fine. The C and the K, they're practically the same letter, you know?
Again, Leandre was hired by the Navy solely as a personality hire.
Wait, GM,
Yeah.
can I use a point of stab to locate my partner's best friend?
And I use my stab too.
Fuck it! I'll burn them both! I got
Counterspell!
Fuck it!
Incredible.
Well, my
That
friends,
we found out what the rest of the show is. It is chasing Leandre and Leandre escaping narrowly every time.
Oh god, do we
Incredible.
create the big bad?
no, he would never.
Leandre?
I don't know. He might do a lot for some peace and quiet.
Leandre is actually the 5th Emperor of the Sea.
Enough.
The
Dennis,
best.
no! Dennis,
It's
no!
just
Dennis, no! Put that smile away.
more and more powerful as you continue to chase him because he has to
It
keep
would
finding
be-
new ways to get away.
I thought he was
Actually-
Usopp, but he's Buggy the Clown.
He's already level 10. Can he get any more powerful?
When I
Yeah,
tell you,
by getting more points of stab.
that's the
Also-
only thing.
Stab.
It would be
Also by
so.
the creator of Saga saying yes he can.
Yes, he can. Like, I need y'all to know that like all of like Leandre's talents like is like lockpick, sneak, sidekick, and dodging and improvised weaponry. Like this is his skill set. He's such a I just built a guy. He's good at getting away. And that's it.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, my friends, as we take this chapter of our One Piece, One Sagas game and close it, a new one apparently begins. So stay tuned for season 3, Leandre's Revenge. With that being said, shall we tell the people who we are and where they can find us before we sign off for the final time as the Lavender Scale Pirates? Angie, let's start with you.
Hi everybody, I am Angie, Agonthetic on the internet, they them pronouns. You can find me at Agonthetic also every Sunday over on Tales Archived for our Known Realm Celeste D&D 5e campaign, ongoing 5e campaign every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Sunday
is going to be the Sunday, March the 3rd is going to be our 100th episode. It's very exciting. 100 episodes of a D&D campaign is crazy to me, but here we are. And yeah, so you can find me there. And more stuff in the future. Oh, also on Tales Archive this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be our episode 6 of God Killer Sinner Sacrifice, a little game that myself and our very good friend Cyrus, It's 8-Bit, have done together that we're very, very in love with. And this is our penultimate episode. It is 7 episodes total. So yeah, come check us out. And I'm gonna popcorn over to Briar.
Me?
You.
The name's Briar Red, aka at @BinaBees_ everyone on the internet. They them pronouns if you would, and I've played Leandra Spike, the titular character of Leandra's Great Escape, the sequel. Anyway, you can't really. I'm not doing any TTRPG things right now, but if you'd like me to be, hit my line. But other than that, I'm just puttering about the internet, talking about my favorite morally questionable elf, Soulless Dragon Age, and we'll probably be doing that for the foreseeable future until someone calls me to do something else. And I will pass it on to Lou.
Hi, I'm Lou. I've been playing Encray. I'm not doing anything else either at the moment. I just on the internet. You can find me at Fae Friend Lou. That's FAE Friend Lou. Most places. Put me in stuff. Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan Pixel, PYXEL, they, them, and I have been portraying Ash Carter, formerly of the Navy, and now on her first partner, and very, very lost in the sauce. You can find me on the internet everywhere under my name, Dan Pixel, with no spaces. I like to talk about gay things that hurt my feelings, like Life is Strange, like Arcane, like Legend of Korra, because Korra did nothing wrong and still hasn't done anything wrong. And if you want to come fight me about it, be my guest. I also stream mostly on Sundays right now, probably soon again. I do narratively damaging games. Sometimes I will also do mindless things like Hollow Knight and Overwatch, because Overwatch is coming back. Still on that train. As far as TTRPG things go, I don't have anything directly lined up that hasn't already been recorded, but coming out hopefully this season, you will be able to catch me for the Masks TTRPG Heroes Peak Villain Prevention Squad. That one we've been recording for a while, and I love it. It's great. It should be coming end of the year, we're hoping. And then also, we have recorded something for Queer XP, which I'm very excited about. Our Sacred Waters, which was a huge blast to do. And then there's one other recording project coming up that I can't say yet because I don't think it's been announced. But those are the things that I'm lined up for. But I also would love to play in more games. So find me, yell at me. Korra did nothing wrong, and I'm going to pass it over to Julie.
Hello, everybody. Before I introduce myself, I just want to say it's been the least surprising thing that in a series featuring Dan Pixel, a sniper and melee combatant fell in love, one of them being dapper, one of them with long hair, one of them with short hair. Just the least surprising
Do not
thing
perceive
thing
me.
that happened tonight.
Do not perceive
watch
me.
Dan Pixel's 400 videos on Kate Vi from Arcane. You could call me
Crazy.
Julian or Julie CL. I co-run Roll-D5, which is a channel that does indie TTRPG one-offs to showcase systems. We had a whole month showcasing Sagas. We are literally always looking for players and guests to showcase lovely indie systems with. So if y'all want to play, there's always seats open. I wrote an award-winning audio drama called The Realm Tree. It is 30 episodes, and it is about coming-of-age fairies climbing to the top of a tree that touches the sky to reach their wings, and it's a metaphor for capitalism and stuff. I'm writing a TTRPG, hopefully going to have it kickstarted this summer. So keep an eye out, mostly on Twitch and Blue Sky. That's where the TTRPG stuff ends up happening. And let's pass it on over to Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake. I was playing Nemo. And yeah, you can find me anywhere on the internet at Jake Lionheart or Jake_Lionheart. Also, if you need music, I do instrumentals. Right now, one of my kind of like most popular one is called The Swamp Witch's Guide to Real Magic. If you like playing witches, blood hunters, like jazz, there's an Eldritch Flirt beat on there. So there's a lot for you to listen to, use on your games, videos, whatever. Just shout me out. Maybe share my link. All like royalty-free stuff as far as the instrumentals are concerned. Yeah, so check that out on streaming everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music. And that's me. I'll popcorn over to Dennis. Did everybody?
Yes, you will. Hi, I am Dennis. I've been your game master this evening. You can find me at okayest__DM on most socials. Many I've fallen off of. Threads is probably my most active one right now. You can also find Sagas on Blue Sky for updates, one of which came out today. We've been having first project jitters, struggling at the finish line to get the final version of this game out, but I did put out a release schedule. The version we are playing right now, 0.9, the final rules will be released to the public on March 10th. On March 31st, we are going to start a Sagas one-page game jam. We are using a one-page to play in One Piece right now. I've made like 5 others, and the people in the community have already made a bunch of them that I haven't even like been able to look at all of them, and it's just been so cool. So if you ever wanted to play a TTRPG inside your favorite world and there's no perfect TTRPG for it, I highly recommend checking out this game jam coming at the end of March to write it yourself. Since it's only one page, it's not that big of a time commitment. It is a perfect opportunity to dip your toes into game design or layout design, or both if you're up for it. And then we'll have a bunch of streams in May and June, and sometime in July, our final version 1.0 with all the pretty art and the super cool layout. And I just want to show it off so bad. But yes, that will come out in sometime in July, and I will popcorn back to our lovely host.
Hell yeah, that's amazing. Friends, my name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. And for the last time, I think today, I played Coralie, who uses any and all pirates. Nope. Whoops.
Go back.
No pronouns.
Roll credits.
Oh boy. Incredible. It has been such a joy to do 2 seasons with you all, taking our little baby characters from squishy little level 3s where we had to slither away to save our tails to felling more people. Very cool. So much fun to play with you all. So much fun to play this amazing system that you have created, Dennis, and to play at the highest level that it's ever been played at least on a televised stream. Very cool. If you are interested in keeping up with the things I have going on, you can find me on most places on the internet, Just the Human with 1 S. You can keep up to date with my tabletop charitable efforts by visiting ttRPGs.substack.com. If you're like, hey, I want to support the human behind some of this cool stuff, you can support me on Patreon. Speaking of cool stuff, there's RPGs for Accessible Gaming that is helping fund single run die of D10s that are Braille, D8s, D6s, because not every game is a D20 based system. But look at these cool fucking Braille dice. It's from Dot's RPG project, and we're chugging along. There are over 240 RPGs that you can get your hands on for a donation of just $10 or more. which is kind of substantial because a lot of the games in there cost more than $10. You are quite literally stealing for a good cause. So you should be a pirate and do that. I can't think of anything else to say. So I've just got one question, and I think that is if we could get a one final grasshopper quote. I think we would all really appreciate that.
As we all know, grasshoppers are famously good at embodying the spirit of One Piece pirates and resisting authoritarian, tyrannical governments. Check out your local mutual aid groups, call your reps, take care of yourselves, know your rights if you are BIPOC or a trans person. Take care of your communities, take care of each other.
Hell fucking yeah. Goodbye, friends. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me, but nope. King Coralie here one more time to remind you that we have our One Piece, One Chat talkback happening tomorrow, March 3rd, from 5:30 to 6:30 PST, right here on Twitch and YouTube. Be there or you won't get to hear any more grasshopper facts.